Guys, this one's going to be called color sensitization, same time in exit and entry. They sensitize the targeted individual to colors and sounds, different smells, and they make you sound and look crazy when you tell people. Like I said, look. So I want to tell you, same time, exit and entry. Medical staff, right when I'm making a video pertaining to organized stalking, right? Now I'm just going to videotape these clowns because what they're doing is illegal, right? And they know it. They know it. I mean, they can play dumb all they want. You're not fooling me, dude. You're not fooling me. Try me. Try to lie to my face. I'll know you're lying and totally just dismantle it outright. You're not going to get away with it. You're a fucking coward. You're going to jail, and I have a lawsuit that's open. So back the fuck off. If I were you, I would back the fuck off. Just don't go near me. Don't touch my shit. Don't even think about it, man. There's too many people that know about it. Right? There's too many lawyers. There's too many. Look, man, I've talked to the FBI. The police are probably worse, if not just as bad, on this topic as the FBI. Meaning, when I say that, they will not help you. They will actually try to incarcerate you and punish you for telling the truth and exposing organized crime. What I'm talking to you is about organized crime. That's what this channel is about. Telling the truth about organized stalking. Not, some halfway, half cooked, half baked shit. Like I said, same time, exit and entry. Right when I say that in real time, they literally get a perp. Or they're getting these people that are actually from these organizations. Let me give you a few examples, and this is gonna probably just really freak some of you guys out, because what I'm dealing with is like several organizations. It's police, right? So you've got breast cancer awareness. And I want to go into how Loyola, right? So how they're tied in. Loyola is tied in with the Jesuits, which is tied in with the Illuminati Jesuit New World Order. So Loyola, look up Ignatius Loyola. Look up the word Jesuit. It's tied in with the Bilderberg Group, the Illuminati, the Satanic Freemasons. It's in the hierarchy of the pyramid of the New World Order. So I want to also go into what people think things are versus what things are, and how that ties into being sensitized and programmed. They can sensitize you. They can essentially try to control your mind, or at the very least create an association and a trigger point in the brain. Universities used to be called mystery schools for a reason, okay? The knowledge that they possessed was esoteric and occult, and combined with everyday known universal laws of life and facts, combined with what they were calling their sort of secretive mystic and hidden knowledge. That's what occult knowledge is. It's hidden knowledge. And they hide it in plain sight with symbolism and what people call Masonic signs, to Masonic symbolism, esoteric and occult symbolism, tied heavily to witchcraft. So if somebody's going to tell me that Freemasons are really good, well, they're a low-level Mason, and or that Mason might be good. He might not be directly tied all the way up into the higher degrees of witchcraft, but eventually you keep going up those degrees, you're going to inevitably run into witchcraft. No matter what lodge you're a part of, no matter which order, Knights of Columbus, Freemasonry, that you're a part of. My family was a part of these groups, so I'm telling you from firsthand that I know. I have several relatives that were Freemasons, several relatives that were KFC, Jesuit, Knights of Columbus. In theory, some people believe the Knights of Columbus are a higher rank. I'm not really too sure on that. They probably are. They're tied in with the Vatican. They're tied in with the Roman Catholic Church, which is tied in with the Vatican. And they're more powerful than Freemasonry. Okay, but they're like your Catholic version of Freemasonry, the Knights of Columbus. And I don't know all their secrets, but I have read all the rituals. And I'm going to tell you, they're not Christian. There's no way they're Christian. So you have that, the secret societies, mystic schools, the hidden, also known as the hidden schools, the secret mystery schools are what universities used to be called of Egypt. And they evolved and names changed, and basically the same thing's been done with all the mental programming and all of the not only programming sensitizations that we have and occult symbolism. And by them doing this, you guys may wonder, and I wondered for a long time, why are they getting medical staff and certain people to like walk out in front of me and like intimidate me? It's to intimidate you. It's to scare you. They want this stuff to be silenced. They want people to shut up about organized crime in the form of organized stalking, and which is surveillance. That's why you got surveillance. You got organized crime, surveillance, and stalking, and then you've got harassment. You've got harassment. That's pretty bad. It's really bad, guys. So I'm probably going to upload this video. I'm going to go pick somebody up, and then nobody is to be trusted if you're a TI. I mean, because I've tried. I've been limited down to one or two people. Put all my faith and trust in that person, and it turned out they were a perp too, or they didn't believe what I was saying. There's no way. You're targeted for what, dude? Why? What makes you so special? You think I had guys compare me to Edwards? No, not compare me literally, but be like, so what do you think, man? You're like a high-profile individual. Like, did your dad have a lot of money? Your grandma? Like, what reason would they have to stalk you and harass you? I'm like, well, there's a combination of things. What I know, first off. B, things I could have read or looked at that they didn't want me to look at. There's more than one reason why people get stalked and harassed, guys. And I want to make that very clear on this video. More than one reason why it happens and how it manifests. And there's also, it's also subtly different, but very, very similar across all targets. So one guy might be dealing with just break-ins and workplace harassment. Some people might be dealing with all of it. V2K, covert drugging. I've dealt with all of it at one point or the next. V2K, covert druggings, electromagnetic shocks, put on my body. I've dealt with workplace harassment. Like I said, covert druggings, attempted rapes on my life, death threats. All the while, most of the time when it comes to getting really or it's like, we're going to kill you, they don't end up doing it. And it's not to say they won't one day, but I pray they don't, and I pray they don't take out any of the targets that I know, and that real justice is met for these people. Because a lot of these organizations, they know what they're doing is wrong and illegal. That's why they want to cover it up. They're not good people. There's nobody that's going to sit here and tell me that these people are good people. They're not good people. And they never were good people. Okay? An organized stalker is somebody who's a complete sellout that's using same time and exit entry. And why they're doing that is to show you that they're watching you. To get you sensitized. And me. Sensitized. And other targets. Sensitized to their stupid stimuli, man. To what they're doing. Their activity. Their reactions, their responses are not normal. And even when I'm responding normally to these people, so a lot of the times they're not responding or responding at all. They do it at customer service. They do it in retail establishments, out in the public environment. They do it to people out on the street. They do it, when you get out of your house or wherever you may live, and you get out on the street, you get out on the roadway, then they start really becoming very obvious with what they're doing. These guys got to be careful. And all TIs know that they have to be careful. That's nothing new, but you know, I'm just getting the word out there about my personal situation, what I've noticed, what works, what doesn't work. They don't like security systems. They don't want to be held accountable. Right? They're not willing to risk that. I'm willing to, you know, like I said, have my security system set up, have everything optimized the way it should be optimized and ready to go for the most part. And I'm going to continue to expose organized stalking because it's highly illegal. Highly illegal. And the people doing this should go to jail eventually. Like the lawsuit that I have is going to be for millions of dollars, and it's going to include, you know, being harassed, being stalked, having my privacy, my personal privacy invaded, having people trying to sensitize me with different sounds and smells and traumatic experiences. Like they'll put you through the same experience with all that combined over and over and over again on a repeat, on a looping situation, on a looping mechanism that just keeps going on and on and on and on through AI. They use artificial intelligence to in any way they can to help triangulate the target, to get them destitute, to force them into homelessness, to you know, break their sanity, break their respect, their dignity, their pride. They're really bad, really fucking terrible people. Like these people that do this are not Christians. If they're claiming to be Christian, they secretly deep down know that they're not Christian, real Christians at least. And they will secretly mislead people into false doctrines, false documents, misinformation, lies, disinformation. And they'll basically just try to rewrite the whole story so that we're on the losing end and they're on the winning end. Or they appear to just have more money and power. And who cares if we're right? They're pretty arrogant. When I see these people, you know, they think they're going to just keep getting away with what they're getting away with. They're pretty arrogant that they're going to get away with it. They're pretty cocky, dude. These guys are really, really arrogant. They believe nobody can touch them. This guy will just pull in sometimes, and then pull out. I've seen that guy multiple times. That's literally what he just did. He just pulled right in and pulled right out. Like, that was kind of weird, right? This guy, you know, will definitely come in and out. Well, he works at the hotel and he's gay, of course, part of the gay agenda, probably. But no, not probably. He is. He's gainfully employed. And I'm sitting here building another business, and these guys are all butthurt that I'm doing that. Of course, because I'm making more money now than I've ever made as an employee. So I'll never go back to being the employee. I'll be the investor and the smart, savvy money guy. Not, you know, I'm getting smarter and smarter, and I'm getting over some viral stuff that really the gang stalkers cause. They've made me sick. Again, they'll try to induce sickness. If you're going to a new job, since they're trying to exclude you from the matrix, they'll fire you or on day one of the job if you get there, or they'll tamper with your car to make sure that you can't get there. If you plan on going there, they'll. I think that one of the guys I know, right? I think what they did to him was they stole his social security card, and I'm not making that up. This guy, who I hang out with, he's one guy I hang out with, but I told him a little bit about this stuff, and this guy's got an entire camera system like all over his house now because of what I told him. He's like, well, hopefully they don't mess with me. And I'm like, well, they could. So you got to be careful. And then there's a Freemason Shriner parked in the same parking lot as him, so I'm wondering, is he in on it? Or is he just neutral to it and they're just watching? Because clearly if they're parked there, and they were parked at the last hotel I was at, which I left that hotel, and I'm pretty much not allowed. I'm allowed to go back, but it's like I'm not allowed to go back because, you know what I mean, hopefully, because like you go back, you're allowed to go, but if you go, they're going to fucking harass you like there's no fucking tomorrow. and they're going to be obvious about it. The police are really obvious about it over in Whitestown, man. Like, I had to ask them if my name was on a fucking terrorist watch list, and they confirmed that it's not. They confirmed it. They confirmed what I already knew. And if my name is on a watch list, it's a bogus investigation. It's a fake and flagrant and felonious and erroneous investigation that's based on lies. Follow me, guys, at Gang Stalking Must End. My name is Mike. Eventually this stuff is going to stop. Eventually gang stalking is going to be completely over with and done. Permanently out of here. So by them sensitizing us, doing the same time, exit and entry, people coughing or whistling or, clicking shit or clicking their pen or, lighting something up, playing, flicking their lighter or whatever it may be. This stuff is illegal. It's uncivilized. Nothing about it is normal. And nothing about it really ever was normal. Ever. It never was normal, guys. So I want to get it out there that you know what I'm saying? That this stuff is real, it's happening. You're not crazy, you're not paranoid, I'm not paranoid. The more of us that really keep making these videos, that's a great way of fighting back, because they hate when people make videos about gang stalking, guys. Especially clean videos that are somewhat professional. And like I said, the next video or two, I'm real busy. I'm going to put some graphic design in there. If you could, I'm trying to build a business right now. I'm not already successful. I just started it. I've had a handful of sales, but I need a lot more to get me through until my next sale, guys. If some of you or anybody you know or institution could, not tax-free, but including sales tax, donate any amount of money that you want to donate on my link down there in the GoFundMe section that's linked to this YouTube channel, that would be greatly appreciated. Help me to, reinvest in the channel, keep it going, get better equipment. I can do better videos. I plan on continuing to do this. This stuff is illegal, and I'm not gonna sit there and be quiet. I'm gonna be outspoken, because I'm not destroying my reputation by being outspoken. Nobody's destroying their reputation because they're being outspoken. We shouldn't be embarrassed about getting the word out about organized stalking. We shouldn't be embarrassed. We should just get the word out, and hey, we leave it in their court. I know there was talk about lawsuits a few years ago, and I don't know who is behind all that. It's probably one of the bogus front groups that pretends to help targeted individuals. It's not really a help group. They're more like a bullshit group. They're more like a bullshit group. So they're probably Freedom FFCHS, which that place is nothing more than a cesspool of shit. Okay? Don't believe anything that those guys have to say. Those guys are liars. All of them. Because I've talked to them. And I know there's other TIs that have talked to them too, and they didn't fucking do anything to help them. They didn't actually talk about anything that was going to solve the lawsuit conspiracy. That's not a conspiracy, man. There's been lawsuits that have been won on whistleblowing. There's been lawsuits that have been absolutely conquered, won, destroying the opposition, making them look stupid because that's what they did to us. That's what's going to happen in court for me. They're not going to win. They already had a failure to appear to court. So if they know what's good for them in their health and their family's health, they best back the fuck up. They best back up. Right? All of them better. They all better back up. They don't know who they're messing with. They don't know who they're messing with. They should be afraid right now. And a lot of them are, guys. A lot of these guys that are doing this, these cowards, right? They're nervous right now. They feed on fear, shame, guilt, remorse, and trauma. That's what they feed on. If they're not getting what they want, they're not going to be able to do what they want to do. If they can't break into your house because you got cameras in your hotel room or wherever you're at, if you're in a hotel, Airbnb, if you're in a house, they can't get in if there's a camera system set up. And if there's backup motion detection lights, etc., all that stuff put into place, it's going to be 10 times harder for them to really get their job done proficiently. I'm not going to make it a low-hanging fruit, easy access point for them to get anything that I own or buy for myself. Because my shit is not their shit. It's not for them to put their hands on. They'll be lucky to walk away with their hands if they touch my shit. They'll be lucky to walk away another living day on earth if they touch my shit. And they already took my daughter away from me too, man. They basically hijacked my daughter and flipped the CPS case. So they sensitized me to more, you're a bad parent, this and that. I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. Because I opened the CPS case open. So now I'm the bad guy. You know who it was? It was the mother of my daughter's child. It was her. She was the one who was guilty of the whole case. That I was the one who opened the case. I'm the one who opened the case. Don't forget, they're biting the hand that feeds them. How could they do that? I'm the one that fed them the information. They're biting the hand that feeds them. Man, how could they do that? How could they fucking do that to me? Because they don't care. They're narcissists. Narcissists, this is how they operate, guys. Everybody that's a part of this cult is a narcissist. They are mentally ill. They are mentally ill, okay? And for these mentally ill people, they believe that by doing this, they're securing their bag. They're securing their bags, their money, their assets. They can just keep putting you down, doing MK Ultra, which involves reprogramming someone's brain and then reprogramming the way they conduct themselves and their actions. Then they can control your perception on life, and they can instill trauma that's so instilled in your brain. It's almost like a tattoo or a permanent photograph of trauma in your brain. That's how bad it could get. That's about how bad it's been for me. My targeting's been here for 30 some years. Since I've been alive, they've targeted me brutally with no empathy or no sympathy. Just small, subtle breaks. And with that, guys, I'm